Dear soul, if this message has reached you today, it's not by chance. There's something that needs to be said, felt, and perhaps remembered. There's a story being written right now behind the scenes of The Invisible, and the main character, even without realizing it, is still you. You know that person who for a long time tried to erase the image of your face, the memory of your voice, and the warmth of your words. The one you felt slipping through your fingers, as if escaping from you. Well, she did. She tried to forget you. She tried to erase every trace of you from her memory, as if trying to erase marks of time. She cut paths, silenced conversations, ignored signs. Maybe she even got involved with other people, occupied her mind with distractions, filled voids, with everything, except with truth. But what I'm going to reveal now might change everything. That person failed. And it wasn't because you chased after her, insisted, or forced a return. No, something mysterious greater than any logic touched her heart in a way she herself can't explain. The angels showed me a scenario, sleepless nights, thoughts that return uninvited, dreams in which your image appears clearly, as if you were there, close. That person feels your absence almost physically, like a lack that can't be filled with anything. She began to realize that no matter how hard she tried to move forward, something pulled her back to a memory that, instead of fading, only grew stronger. And the most curious thing is that the more she tried to forget you, the more you appeared. But why does this happen? Why couldn't she continue as planned? And what lies behind this feeling that insists on surviving even after so many attempts? To end it, that's the answer the universe is ready to reveal to you, and that's why you're here, reading these words. Because this story hasn't ended yet, and no matter how much she tried to erase the traces, there's a feeling that simply can't be forgotten. Before continuing the message, write this mantra in the comments. I am worthy of living a love that chooses me every day. Now, continuing the message, the truth is that there's something much deeper than reason can grasp. There's a connection that can't be cut just by distance or time. A connection that is born in another place. That place where words aren't enough to explain, but where the heart recognizes. Perhaps you felt that this person simply discarded you, that she turned her back as if you meant nothing. And perhaps it hurt so much that you yourself began to doubt what you lived, what you felt, and even your worth. But here's the most delicate and revealing part of this story. That person never stopped feeling. What happened was not a lack of feeling. It was fear. Fear of surrendering, fear of the intensity you brought, fear of recognizing herself as fragile before someone so true. Yes, you were a mirror. And she wasn't ready to look and see everything. She needed to change within herself. It was easier to run than to face it, easier to stay away than to remain vulnerable by your side. And as strange as it may seem, the distance was not a free choice. It was a defense mechanism. That person thought it would be better to forget, that it would be lighter, that life would continue calmly. But over time, the absence became a weight, the longing became an echo. And that echo, dear soul, has screamed so loud that she can no longer ignore it. The mystery that made her turn back is not outside her, it's inside. Something has awakened, a feeling that grew silently and now knocks on the door, demanding to be heard. Have you ever wondered why certain connections don't break, even after everything? Why there are people who, even after the distance, continue to appear in signs, memories, coincidences that make you shiver. Nothing is a coincidence. The angels are trying to show you that there's something greater at work around you, a subtle force that guides hearts back to what is true, that doesn't allow true love to be lost in chaos. And now this person begins to feel the need to find you again, not just physically, but emotionally. They long to relive what truly made them feel alive, your gaze, your dedication, your unique way of loving. But that's not all. There's something even deeper happening, something involving both of you, something that will be revealed in the next words. Are you ready to find out what made this person change, even against their own will? Then continue with me, because what's coming may ignite a hope that you thought had already faded. And no, it's not an illusion. It's real. You'll understand. You know that moment when someone stops everything they're doing because suddenly they're taken by a thought that insists on returning? That's how it was. Completely sudden, without warning, in the middle of any task. And there you were, in the form of a memory, a scent, a song, a longing. This person was doing well, or at least they thought they were, making plans, following their life as if nothing had happened. But it only took a small detail, a gesture, an old memory, a word said by someone, for everything to come back like an avalanche. And in that moment, they understood. The feeling hadn't gone away. It had just been asleep. And what seemed to have been forgotten now reappears with doubled strength, shaking certainties, destabilizing new stories, awakening a longing that could no longer be denied. The angels show that it was a real shock for this person to realize that even after so much time, so many attempts to move forward, your name still carries weight in their heart. And more than that, it has importance. It has a place. It has an echo. They tried to rationalize, to tell themselves it was just neediness, that it was a phase, but the heart doesn't convince itself with logical arguments. The heart feels, and when it truly feels, there's no point in fighting. It's like trying to contain the sea with your hands. In this whirlwind of emotions, something mysterious began to happen to them. Intense dreams, strange coincidences, people mentioning their name out of nowhere, signs everywhere. The angels were starting to act, and when the angels decide to intervene, everything changes. They began to wonder, why do I still feel this? Why do I think so much about them? Why do I still care if I should have already forgotten? And that's where regret begins to take shape, silent but deep. Dear soul, it's important that you know, this person didn't come back just out of longing. They came back because they felt they had lost something that they might never find in anyone else. What you offered wasn't common. It was unique. It was true. And that's what's haunting their soul at this very moment. Now, before we continue this message, write in the comments 222, I yearn for the reunion of the love that belongs to me by right to yearn. If this message is resonating with you, dear soul, and touching your deepest truth, consider supporting this work with a gesture of affection. Use the Worth It button. This contribution keeps alive the flame that allows us to continue delivering messages of light to all who need them. This person's regret isn't just any regret. It's the kind that eats away at you from the inside. The kind that makes your throat tighten when you remember what was said, or what was never said, what should have been done, but was postponed. They now understand that they were afraid of what you represented, and that by running away, they didn't run away from you, but from themselves. They thought you were too much in feeling, too much in dedication, too much in love. But the truth is that what you offered was exactly what they needed. They just weren't ready to receive it. The angels say that this reunion, even though it hasn't happened physically yet, has already begun on the energetic plane. Her emotions are being reorganized, intentions reconsidered, and the will to reconnect is growing every day. But there's a doubt that consumes this person. Will you still wait for her? Does she have the right to return? Is there forgiveness? These questions accompany her in silence, and fear of rejection prevents her from acting. Still, something within her, a soft, almost celestial voice, whispers that there's still time, that there's a chance, that true love can find its way back even after so much confusion. Have you ever felt that someone owes you an explanation, that a conversation was missing, a look, a word, The angels show that this person feels the same. And more than that, she wants to speak, but she's afraid to hear what she might not be ready to listen to. So she hesitates, observes, feels, but doesn't speak. Not yet. Dear soul, don't be mistaken by the silence. There's a cry within her, a cry that says, I miss you. And sooner or later, this cry will become a gesture. It will become a step. It will become a message. And when that moment comes, you need to be ready. Ready to decide, ready to understand, ready to listen, and also to be heard. Angels don't let true feelings get lost. They are guardians of purposeful love. And what happened between you two wasn't in vain. It was marked with spiritual intensity. That's why it's so hard to forget. Before this block ends, the angels asked me to give you a special gift. They say that today you need to open yourself to receive a new vibration of healing, protection, and love. The angels are sending you a special sign. Your lucky number for today is 7. Write in the comments, I receive the energy of the angels. My lucky number is 7 and I am blessed. I send love and protection to the person I like and love so much. If this message touched your heart, show your support with a thank you so much and help spread this message of light to other people who need it. But that's not all. There's a deeper revelation about what this person is feeling now. Something you need to know. In the next block, we'll dive into this mystery with even more clarity and emotion. Dear soul, have you ever caught yourself reliving a moment so strong, so striking, that it seemed to happen again just by thinking about it? That's what this person has been through, day after day. And each scene she relives with you seems to come with an intensity that no other memory can match. At first, she tried to avoid these thoughts. She distracted herself with new routines, new conversations, even new affections. But there was something that always came back. As if time was playing pieces and your name still lived in every corner of her memory. She has remembered you in detail, the way you smiled when you were clumsy, the touch of your hands, the words that seemed simple but carried so much truth that they echoed for days. And it's exactly this that has made her heart sway, the authenticity, the love you gave without filter, without calculation, without disguise. The angels show me that this person has reflected on specific moments that you both lived together. She remembers when you gave up something for her, when you listened patiently to what no one else wanted to hear. She remembers when you stayed, even when everything said you should leave. And that's why regret hurts now, because she knows she had everything in her hands. She had someone real, present, loyal, and she let it slip away. Before continuing the message, if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, take advantage and subscribe. This helps us continue creating meaningful content for you. Now, continuing the message. She thought you would always be there. Even if you turned your back, she would still be waiting from afar. But she was wrong. Time passed. And with it, you grew, you changed. And perhaps for the first time she's feeling fear that her time has run out. This fear is real. It's squeezing this person's heart like a truth she can no longer silence. I lost something rare. And now I may not have a chance to get it back. With every memory, she revisits her choices, and what scares her the most? The possibility of you being happy without her, of you moving on, of no longer wanting to look back. But that's not all. The angels reveal that there is an energy around this person that is pushing her towards the truth. A spiritual force that is breaking down defenses, undoing blockages, undoing everything that once seemed so certain. Now this person begins to question everything. She looks at the life she built away from you and realizes that nothing has the same glow, that things may make sense on the outside, but on the inside, something is missing you. The angels say it was necessary time, it was necessary distance for her to discover the difference between presence and substitution. Because other people may have appeared, yes, but none with your gaze, none with your dedication, none with your soul. And that's why her heart is restless. Because she realizes that it's not you who is stuck in the past, it's her. She's there, frozen in time, looking for something in strange faces that only existed in you, trying to repeat with others what only happened truly by your side. And this cycle is exhausting her soul. But what stops her from returning then? Fear. Fear of hearing a no. Fear that you have already closed the door. Fear that what she destroyed with silence now becomes silence in response. Because what was once certainty, today is uncertainty, and yet something within her continues to call your name. In thought, in prayer, in secret. The angels show me that she has received signs. Lights that flash alone, repeated numbers, dreams, so vivid they seem real, and in all of them, you are there. She wakes up with her chest tight, with the desire to look for you, but without the courage to press send. She writes messages, deletes, writes again, waits, goes to your profile, looks at a photo, closes, reopens, and all this without you knowing, but feeling, in some way, that something is happening. And yes, it is. The energy of regret is turning into action. Something within her is about to overflow, and the angels say that you will feel it, because this connection was not erased, only dormant. Have you felt an anxiety that seems to have no explanation, a feeling of something is going to happen? That is tuning. You are feeling what she feels, and that's why now, more than ever, the angels ask you to prepare, not to live what was, but to decide what will come. Because the return of this person can be the beginning of a new story, or just the closure of a cycle with clarity and peace. And both options can be beautiful, as long as you choose with your heart and with the awareness of your worth. Dear soul, the angels ask that you strengthen yourself in this wait, that you fill yourself with self-love, because the reunion will only be true if it respects who you have become in this time. The question now is, are you ready to hear what this person has kept? Are you ready to reopen that emotional channel, even knowing that it may hurt? If yes, the angels will walk with you. If not, they will also be by your side, protecting you from anything that is not true love. But beware, something important is about to happen, and in the next block I will tell you what this person plans to do in secret, and that can change everything. Dear soul, the angels are now approaching with even more clarity, and the message they bring me at this moment carries a rare force, because it speaks of the exact instant when a decision begins to be born within this person's heart. She is preparing herself, silently, cautiously, like someone who is afraid to take the first step, but feels that if she doesn't do it now, she may never have the courage again. She is reflecting on the words she would like to say to you, words that have been stuck for a long time, but that now beg to be free. The angels show me a symbolic image, this person holding an invisible paper in their hands, where they write and rewrite everything they want to tell you. And on that paper, there are not just declarations, there are apologies. There is recognition of mistakes. There is a sincere desire for amends. She wants to tell you that she misses you, yes, but more than that she admires you now more than before. Because even in the face of abandonment, silence and pain, you remain dignified. You didn't beg, you didn't lose yourself, and it is precisely this that moves her the most. This person thought that you would be waiting with open arms, eagerly awaiting their return, but they found your silence, and that silence echoed louder than any word they could have said. It was in that emptiness that she began to feel the real weight of everything that happened. She spent days rehearsing messages, words that started with, "Hi, I've been thinking," or "Can we talk?" But she got stuck. The fear of hurting you again, the fear of appearing weak, the fear of the truth. Because deep down she knows that the pain was not just hers. It was hers too, only masked, silenced, pushed under pride. But now that pride is crumbling. The walls she built are cracking, and through the cracks you reappear. Not as before, fragile, waiting, but as you are today, strong, at peace, and increasingly distant. And it is this distance that is driving her crazy. The angels say that you don't need to do anything, because true love does not demand pursuit. It manifests itself, it finds its way. And what is about to happen between you will be the direct result of a regret that has matured and that finally will turn into action. But, dear soul, there is still a lock, an energy that needs to be healed. Forgiveness. This person still feels that they may not be worthy of your forgiveness. She blames herself. She sabotages herself. She is trapped in memories of what she did or didn't do. She judges herself for not having been better, for having hurt you, for having wasted time. And here is where the angels ask me for something very special. Write in the comments a list of people, including yourself, that you would like to forgive. Visualize each one of them, send love and say, I forgive you and release you, may peace be with you. Feel the lightness and freedom that forgiveness brings. Repeat this practice every day to strengthen your inner peace and release anxiety. Because sometimes what binds us is not pain, but resentment. And by releasing this energy, you not only heal the past, but open space for something new and true to arise. This person wants to come back, but she needs to feel that there is still a space. And that space can only be opened with love and with forgiveness. She is also going through deep transformations. The angels show that she is revising values, breaking patterns, facing painful truths. All of this without fanfare, without drama. Just with the honesty of someone who doesn't want to repeat the same mistakes. And if you are wondering, has she really changed? The angels answer, she is changing, slowly, painfully but sincerely, because sometimes it takes losing to learn to value. And this person now understands that the love you gave is not found just anywhere. She is closer to seeking you than ever, but she needs a spiritual push. A sign that you still believe, even if just a little, that there is still something good possible between you. And that sign sometimes is just your willingness to release what has passed. Dear soul, you now hold in your hands the most beautiful power of all, the power of choice, to choose to follow in peace with a light heart, or prepare for a new story where love may return with more truth, more maturity, more commitment. But that's not all. In the next part, you will discover what this person will do and how it can take you by surprise, because when angels intervene, nothing remains hidden for long. Dear soul, the angels whisper now with more firmness. This person has already made a decision. They haven't put it into words. They haven't turned it into a visible gesture, but within them something has already been defined. And that something is you. For a long time, they observed. Tried to live life as if you were no longer part of it. But now, something burns inside. A restlessness that takes away sleep, that squeezes the chest, that provokes silent tears when no one is looking. This person is being pushed towards you. Not by common nostalgia, but by a kind of spiritual force that screams, return and be true. They are watching from afar. Maybe you haven't noticed, but they have accessed your profile more than once. They have heard about you through other people. They have reread old conversations. They are looking for gaps. They are sounding the ground. And more importantly, they are building courage. The angels show me that they have planned the right moment to approach. And yes, it may come subtly. A like on a post, an indirect message, an approach disguised as casualness. But behind the gesture, there is something much bigger. the desire to start over, but there is a silent war within them, fear of rejection versus the need to reconnect. They think, what if I go back and she ignores me? What if I open my heart? And it's too late? But they also think, what if it's now? What if she still wants me? What if this is the chance to live what I ran away from out of fear? The angels say that this is why you are feeling this movement in the air, that feeling of expectation without a clear reason. It's your spirit capturing the approach. It's your soul recognizing that something is about to happen. This person is closer than ever to breaking the silence. And the reason is simple. They can no longer pretend. Absence has become unbearable. The pride that once sustained them now has become a prison. And they desire freedom. They desire peace. But they know that this will only come when they truly face you. They want to tell you everything. They want to tell you what they felt, what they lived, what hurt. They want to explain the reason for the distance. They want to confess that they tried to replace you and failed, that you left a mark. That time did not erase, only deepened. They want to find you again, but this time with fewer defenses and more truth. They know they can't demand anything, but they want at least to look you in the eyes and say, you were the love that I denied, and now I want to allow it. Dear soul, the angels ask me that you be at peace in this process, that you do not rush, that you do not create expectations, but that you allow yourself to feel, because when the truth arrives, and it will arrive, you will know exactly what to do. The answer will be within you, and perhaps when they reappear, you will already be in another rhythm, stronger, more fulfilled, more aware of everything you deserve. And that's beautiful, because now the decision will be in your hands. The universe is not playing with your feelings. The angels are working for you, opening paths, cleaning old energies and preparing the exact moment when this person will seek you. And you will feel it. It will be subtle, but it will move everything. And if you are wondering, will they really look for me? The angels say yes, if you are prepared to listen, because the return may come in the form of a question, is it still possible? And the answer will be in your heart. And now, before we delve further, the angels ask me to deliver a special message, because in the next segment you will find out what will happen when this reunion takes place, what will be said, what will be felt, and what the angels have in store for you in this moment of revelation. But for now, take a deep breath, for you are about to experience a spiritual turning point. Dear soul, the angels ask that you prepare, for what is coming will not be just another encounter. It will be a reunion of truths, a shock of emotions that have been dormant, but never forgotten. The universe is stitching together with invisible hands the moment when your eyes and hers will meet again. But before that happens, there is an intense energy of preparation. Both hearts are being shaped, cleansed, reorganized. Because for this reunion to be true, it must be pure, it must be sincere, and above all, it must be light. Do you remember her touch, the way she looked at you before words came? It is this energy that will return first. It won't be words that speak first. It will be the gaze. That moment when eyes meet and everything is explained, without effort, without resistance. This moment will arrive unexpectedly. Maybe a late-night call, a short, shy message, an apparently chance encounter, but you will know, you will feel it. Your heart will beat differently, your body will tremble, your soul will whisper, it's now. And the most beautiful thing is that upon meeting there will be no recrimination, there will be presence, a mutual desire to just listen and be heard. The emotion will be so great that perhaps the words will come out choked, but each silence will be sacred, because there will be two hearts trying to rebuild the bridge that was broken but never completely destroyed. The angels show me that, in this reunion, this person will come lighter, not because guilt has disappeared, but because they have faced it. And now, what they carry is regret transformed into a desire to make amends. They may say something like, "I had to lose to understand. I had to have silence to hear what my heart was screaming." And maybe you will also cry. Maybe something inside. You will say, "It took too long." But still, your heart will open, because deep down you know this connection was real from the beginning. It just needed courage from both sides. In this moment, the energy around you will be felt as a soft warmth. It is the presence of the angels. They will be there, silent but active, guiding each word, strengthening each gaze, and protecting what is true. But what if the reunion is different from what you expect? What if she doesn't say everything you wanted to hear? The angels say, do not cling to words. Pay attention to the gesture, to the truth that will shine in the gaze. Because sometimes love speaks softly, but it is what touches the most. Dear soul, the reunion is only the beginning. From then on, a new phase begins. You are no longer the same. Neither is she, and that is wonderful, because now there is room for something new, something more mature, more real, more secure. If it is to be reborn, let it be with deep roots and free of fears. But beware, the reunion does not mean that everything will be as before. It means that now there is a chance to do things differently, and that starts with small decisions, like looking into each other's eyes and saying, "I am here. And I am ready to start over, if you are too." And if by chance this reunion has already happened, and you didn't know what to do, breathe, because your story is not over yet. And the angels always offer another chance, as long as both are open to it. Now, the angels ask for a very special gesture from you. Share this video with 2 loved ones who need this message of hope and faith. Let's together build a chain of love and mutual support. Leave a comment with a prayer for your guardian angel. Your angel is listening. The more you share light, the more light returns to you. Blessings multiply when you act with heart. This reunion that is being prepared is proof that true love never fades. It may hide, it may slumber, but it never vanishes. When guided by angels, it always finds a way back. You deserve this love, deserve this open conversation, this exchange of glances without burdens, this new chance to live something good. And even if the reunion doesn't lead to an eternal love story, it will bring peace, clarity, relief. And that, my dear, is already healing. But there's more to be revealed. Angels still keep secrets about what will happen in the coming days. Because this reunion will also bring new choices, new tests, and the answer that the universe needs to see coming from your heart. Dear soul, the reunion happened. And now, what to do when after so much time, what was silence becomes presence, what was doubt becomes speech, and what was absence becomes a gaze. Angels want you to know it's here that the most important choices will be made. The conversation happened. There was emotion, there was truth, perhaps even tears. But now, alone again, you find yourself thinking and feeling, reliving the words spoken, mentally rereading every expression, trying to understand if what was experienced was real. And yes, it was. But not everything is resolved. Because love, even when sincere, needs maturity to bloom. And it's about this that the universe wants to talk to you at this moment. About perceiving clearly what you feel, without being confused by nostalgia. You've been through a lot, healed in silence, relearned to love yourself, to respect yourself, and now that this person has returned, it's natural that your heart beats faster. But angels ask, breathe deeply, listen to yourself. Ask yourself, am I ready to start over? Or am I just excited to finally have been heard? The difference between these 2 answers is what will define the next chapters of your story, because it's not enough for her to come back. She must remain with truth, with consistency, with coherence. Angels show that at this moment this person is willing to try. She feels that there's still something between you two. She wants to rebuild. But fear still exists. The scars of the past still bother. And it's here where spirituality comes with all its wisdom. You don't need to decide anything right now. You don't need to know everything at once. You just need to observe yourself and allow time to reveal what is real. Angels ask you to look beyond words. Notice gestures. See if there's true willingness. See if there's change in attitudes. Because love that doesn't sustain itself in action ends up becoming an illusion. Perhaps you wish to give another chance, and that's beautiful. But don't go back to being who you were just to keep who was gone. Don't dim your light to fit in her world. Now you know. Love begins with you, and can only be shared if it's complete, not lacking. This is the moment when many give up, because it requires patience, requires courage to say not yet or even no longer. But it's also the moment when true bonds strengthen, because now, dear soul, you're no longer giving yourself away out of fear of loss. You're making choices consciously. Angels say that. If she comes back with consistency, if actions are consistent with words, you will see the beauty of the new beginning. But if she backs off, if she disappears again, you will already have strength to let go. And that, my dear, is spiritual freedom. Because true love isn't insistence, it's reciprocity. You've done your part. And now it's the universe that continues the work. Angels are watching, touching her heart when you're not around, planting on her path reflections, mirrors, lessons. Because the reunion with you is also a reunion with who she can be, if she has the courage to grow. And as all of this unfolds, angels envelop you in protection. They know that this phase is delicate, full of hope, but also full of fear. That's why they ask you, trust. Trust in time, trust in signs, trust in yourself, and trust that what is true will remain. Dear soul, the most beautiful part of it all is that you are no longer a prisoner of love. You are now the guardian of your own soul, and this love, if it wants to live by your side, will have to learn to respect that. Maybe you'll rebuild everything together. Maybe you'll become two healed beings who find each other again with wisdom. But even if it doesn't happen, you have already won, because you didn't have to chase after anyone, because you didn't beg, because the love that remained was enough for the other person to realize what they lost, and chose to come back willingly, not out of need. And that is the greatest victory, being chosen without having to diminish yourself. In the next section, the angels will show you the signs that are still to come, and that will be decisive for your final choice. But for now, welcome this phase with love, and allow everything to reveal itself calmly. You deserve this. Dear soul, now that the reunion has happened and emotions have been felt, a new phase begins to take shape, and the angels want to remind you, the universe never leaves important questions unanswered. It always sends signs, always. It's just not always in the form we expect. That's why they ask you to pay attention to details, because in the next few hours, in the next few days, you will begin to perceive confirmations. It could be in words spoken by strangers, in dreams, in songs, in repeating numbers. Everything will be part of a silent conversation between you and the spiritual plane. The angels show me that if this love is true and ready to be reborn, the signs will be clear. The first confirmation will be the constant presence of this person in your life. And I'm not just talking about physical presence. They will be present in conversations, in attitudes, in decisions. You will feel that they no longer want to disappear. You will notice changes in their gaze, in their tone of voice, in the way they refer to the past, and how they speak about the future, and most importantly, how they treat you in the present, because the true reunion happens when both decide to stay, without empty promises, but with daily truth. But if, on the other hand, this return is only driven by impulse, guilt or confusion, The angels will also show that. You will notice subtle signs of distancing, lack of commitment, lack of clarity, a doubtful energy, and you will feel deep down that something is out of alignment. This is the gift of sensitivity that you carry. And that's why the angels ask, trust your intuition. It doesn't fail when it's connected to self-love. You may wonder, how will I know if I should continue or let go? And the angels respond sweetly. You will know when your heart is at peace with the decision, without anxiety, without fear, just peace. If their presence calms you, it's a sign. If their presence makes you anxious, makes you doubt yourself, that's also a sign. The signs will also come through synchronicities. You may see numbers like 111, 222, 444. Each sequence carries a message. For example, 111 indicates that your thoughts are aligning with what you desire. 222 is the universe saying, trust, everything is falling into place. 444 shows that the angels are around you protecting your choices. With each sign, stop for a moment. Close your eyes. Ask yourself, what am I feeling right now? And let the answer come. It will come. But the angels also ask, don't seek signs. In desperation, they come when you are at peace, when you let go of control, when you accept the present with lightness. It's in this state that the spiritual communicates more clearly. You can also ask your guides directly, show me what I need to know, help me decide, and then wait, observe, receive. The signs won't come with fanfare, they will come with subtlety, with delicacy, because the spiritual never invades, it suggests, and it's up to you to listen. Dear soul, there is something important that you need to understand. It's not about choosing between them or not. It's about choosing yourself, your peace, your light, your worthiness. If this person walks with you without dimming it, perhaps it's time to follow together. But if, even with love, there is imbalance, perhaps it's time to release with love. As well, angels don't want you trapped in expectations. They want you free, light, aware that what is yours will never require effort to remain. Can this love be reborn? Yes. Can it bloom again? Yes. But only if it's true, only if it's mutual, only if it's light. And even though the heart desires the yes, the soul desires the truth. And the truth is what the signs are about to reveal. Now, dear soul, before we move on to the next block, the angels ask for something very simple, but very powerful. Reserve a moment today, be silent, light a white candle if possible, and say out loud, I only accept what honors my light. May the signs of truth come to me. I am ready. This small prayer will open powerful spiritual channels, and you will be guided with love, with firmness, with purpose. In the next block, the angels will reveal the role of this connection in your life mission, because believe, none of this happened by chance. This reunion has a greater meaning, and you will discover what it is. Dear soul, the angels now ask for internal silence, because the revelation that follows does not only speak about this person, it speaks about you, about who you have become because and despite all of this. But how this interrupted love prepared you for something beyond romance. It prepared you for your own evolution. Have you ever wondered why this story marked you so much? Why did you feel so much for someone who sometimes seemed not to see you clearly? Why did it hurt so much to lose something that perhaps hadn't fully materialized yet? The angels show me that this person did not appear in your life by chance. They came to awaken a part of you that was asleep. They came to teach you about surrender, about boundaries, about true love, starting with the love you must have for yourself. It was through this relationship that you discovered your vulnerability, that you saw yourself broken and, at the same time, incredibly strong, that you cried until you emptied yourself, and then realized that it was in the emptiness that the light entered. This person was like a mirror. They showed you what you wanted, but also what you could no longer accept. They revealed your dreams and also your wounds. And perhaps they left a trail of pain, but also a fertile field for your healing to bloom. Do you know that strength that you discovered on the days when you felt you couldn't take it anymore? That courage to continue, even without answers. That choice to get up, not run after, to keep your dignity. All of this was part of your purpose, because the angels wanted you to remember who you are. They wanted you to stop living, forgetting yourself to fit into someone's affections. This pain did not come to punish you. It came to shape you, so that you became exactly who you are becoming now. A woman aware of her worth, attentive to signs, connected to the truth. Dear soul, the reunion with this person was important, but even more important was the reunion with yourself. And it's this reunion that the angels celebrate now, because they see your soul blooming, even with scars, even with memories, even with longing. And more, the angels revealed that this experience was a portal, a spiritual cycle, a preparation for something bigger, something that is coming. You had to go through all of this to learn to love wisely, to stop being afraid of being alone, to realize that true love does not hurt, it elevates. Now that you understand this, the universe can trust you more. More love, more opportunities, more expansion. This person may still be part of your path, but in a different way. Not as salvation, but as addition. Not as filling, but as partnership. And if it's not her, it will be another soul with the same resonance, but better prepared. Because now you only accept what vibrates with your truth. The angels show that your mission here goes beyond living a romance. You came to teach other souls to also heal through love. And that starts when you no longer accept less than you deserve. Your story is inspiring other women, even without you knowing. Your dignified silence, your choice not to insist, your calm love for yourself. All of this is light. All of this is healing in action. You are now a lighthouse. And that's why this message reached you. So you don't forget that. So you don't get lost in the turns of the past, but stand firm in your present truth. The universe recognizes your pain, but also celebrates your healing. And if, by chance, fear is still there inside, the angels say, do not fear. The pain has passed. Now is the time for peace, for lightness, for harvest. And yes, that harvest is coming. In the next few days, you will feel more signs. You will feel your energy more aligned, your thoughts clearer, your steps lighter. You will look back and be grateful, not for having suffered, but for having learned, for having survived, for having discovered yourself, for having found yourself again. And when this new love arrives, whether it's the same person transformed or another soul sent by the angels, you will know. Because now you have a criterion that you didn't have before. Yourself. You now choose yourself, and whoever wants to accompany you will have to love you whole. And in the next block, the angels will seal this message with the energy of closure. You will receive the last revelation, a spiritual gift, a phrase that will be your guide from now on. Are you ready? Dear soul, you made it here, you read. Each word with an open heart, felt each emotion that the angels revealed to you. And even with tears or doubts, you remained. And that's why the angels say, you have already won. Because winning is not getting someone back. Winning is not losing yourself. It's continuing to be love, even after being forgotten. It's learning to be enough, even when everything said you needed the other to feel whole. Now, at this very moment, something is being closed on the spiritual plane. A cycle that started back then, when you gave your heart, perhaps without guarantees, but with all truth. A cycle of surrender, of waiting, of pain, and of awakening. From now on, the sky gives you something new. You return to yourself, and that changes everything. This person may still be around, trying to get closer, groping for a return. But now the energy has changed. Now, it's no longer about what she feels. It's about what you choose to live. And the angels say, "Daughter, now you don't accept halves. Now it's either whole or peace." You may still wonder, and if she really loves me but doesn't know how to show it? And if she tries but is still confused? And the angels answer, "You did not come to fix anyone. You came to be light. And light does not beg to be recognized. It simply illuminates, and whoever wants to comes along." This is the time of conscious love. Love that does not bind, that does not demand, love that is built from the inside out. And that's why you had to go through all of this, to learn to choose yourself. The reunion was important, the conversation was necessary, but now the answer is no longer in the other's attitude, it's in you. The universe will continue to test your new self. It will put choices in front of you. Perhaps the presence of this person will intensify, perhaps she will disappear again, but you will no longer be the same, because now you know love that does not support your growth is not love. And the angels are smiling to see you arrive at this understanding, because now you are truly ready for what you really came to find, a love that sees you, that listens to you, that deserves you, and that love will come. It may be from the same person, now ready, or it may be another soul, more aligned, more firm, more capable of walking with you. What matters is, you will no longer beg for crumbs. You will no longer accept what makes you doubt yourself. You will no longer silence your truths just to keep someone close. The woman you have become is your greatest achievement. And whoever wants to be part of your life will have to love this whole, healed and illuminated version. Now the angels ask me to deliver a final message to you, a message that seals all this process, and that message is clear. You were not abandoned, you were protected, because if that person had stayed before the time, perhaps you would never have looked at yourself with the depth you looked at now. Perhaps you would still be waiting, running after, getting lost, but the distance returned you to yourself, and that is healing. You are now a guide for other souls. By sharing your story, your strength, your light, you become a bridge for the healing of other women. And that's why the angels ask, if this message touched your soul, share your experiences in the comments. Help spread this healing and more. Write in the comments, "I choose myself, and I only receive the love that sees me completely." If this message resonated with you and your situation, write this sentence with truth. This seals energetically the whole process of liberation and opening for the new. Now, dear soul, this is the moment to move on. No longer with the weight of doubt, but with the lightness of consciousness. You no longer need to wait to be chosen, because you have already chosen yourself. And that's all. The angels applaud you. Spirituality honors you, and life from now on will reward you with encounters that recognize you and respect you. If you liked this video, like and subscribe to the channel for more inspiring content. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.